Get your hopes up, Cowboys fans. Woohoo!
I don't think that would have helped because we've got the best quarterback duo in the NFL. Sorry, Tyreek.
I will tip my hat to you.
I don't even know what that means.
Acknowledge him. Acknowledge him. All right, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of In the Huddle. I'm Chris.
And I'm Sam.
And Sam, this week of football, it looked ugly on paper with all these rookie quarterbacks starting and all the unknowns. But boy, was this one of the best. NFL RedZone. This could be this is the best witching hour we've seen of the year. There's really no question about it, Sam.
Yeah, me and Jasper agree right here. Probably one of the best weeks we've seen all season. And Chris, I think we just have a lot to talk about. So honestly, let's just roll the intro. Let's do it.
You're listening to In the Huddle with Sam Gold and Chris Rotundo.
All right, Chris, let's start off. I think you have a little bit of another slideshow for the second week in a row to show us. So take it away.
What a week this was. You know, a lot of ups, a lot of downs. More downs for you Cowboys fans because you have fell victim to the Eagles. So what a great week. Steelers win, Cowboys lose. Doesn't get much better than that. Too bad the Ravens didn't lose. But, you know, I'll take my wins when I can. And Jasper is leaving us. Anyway.
Well, that was quick.
Cowboy fans, shout out to you. I am sorry that you can't play the Rams every week and think that you guys are going to win the Super Bowl. You played a good team in the Eagles and you lost. Love to see it. All right, Miami Dolphins.
Oh, no.
You know what? Shout out to you guys and beat a team with a winning record and then talk to us about being contenders. Until then, shut your mouth and continue beating up on 2-win teams and beating them by 30 points and thinking you guys have false hope. And last but not least, New England Patriots. Not even Tom Brady could save how bad this team is. What an atrocity. I feel so bad. Just kidding. Fuck the Patriots.
Wow. A lot of negativity this time around. Are we going to get any positive slides next week?
Maybe.
Or this is the roast every week, I assume.
I should start off negative, end up positive.
Okay. No, start off positive. Next time you should say something positive about every team you're about to talk about, and then just tear them down. Absolutely, just break their hearts. Like the Dolphins, just be like, best uniforms in the NFL. You looked awesome on Sunday. Too bad you wasted it by sucking. All right. Well, Chris, that was a great slideshow. Speaking of the Dolphins, let's get to the early game. First of all, Chiefs Dolphins. Obviously, I'll start because, as you know, guys, I'm a huge Chiefs fan. We're 7-2. We're first place in the AFC going into our bye week. We won 21-14. But look, I got to be honest. I'm still not feeling the greatest about our team. And it's, I think if you would have told me at the beginning of the season, we'd have Mahomes, Kelsey, completely healthy. Reed is still our coach. We have arguably the number one defense in the NFL. 7-2 first place going into the bye. I'd be like, great. We're off to probably even a better start than last year, which is the year we won the Super Bowl. But Chris, I got to be honest, just the eyeball test, watching this team stall out drive after drive. Maybe I'm just really spoiled because I'm so used to Mahomes and the offense balling out week after week, year after year. It's just, I don't know. I'm getting bad vibes. I just don't want to let this great defense go to waste. When does arguably the best player in the world having the number one defense, like when does that match up ever?
Not
and I
too
feel like
often.
it's going to waste right now. I'm sorry. I should be happy that we won. I am, but it's week 9. Like I get it. If this was week 4, going back to the Jets game, our offense was struggling.
It's been the same story all year long with the Chiefs. Nothing new. Defense is the reason why they're at this record. The offense has been nothing but lackluster compared to previous Chiefs teams that we've seen. So, and they're continuing to win games with the 1 seed. So I don't really think there's a need to be necessarily complaining, but I definitely see where you're coming from because it's a worse offense than we've seen the Chiefs have in prior seasons since the Mahomes era.
Look, I mean, positives other than the defense. Well, I guess I'm going to mention a player about the defense. First of all, Tyreek Hill. I'll do my own shout out. I don't have a slide for you guys, but shout out Tyreek Hill. I love you, but it feels amazing. The fact that we had that absolute poetic justice The fact that Trent McDuffie, the guy that we got in the first round due to our trade with the Dolphins, that was the pick that we got when we sent Tyreek Hill to Miami. He's the guy who had the strip fumble on Tyreek Hill, which both the teams scored 14 points on offense. We won 21-14. So that insane play where Trent McDuffie stripped it, and then Mike Edwards picked it up, and then he flipped it back to Brian Cook, which that's one of the funniest runs I've ever seen from Brian Cook.
That was crazy.
People said he ran like Waluigi, and now I can't unsee that. But Chris, like, poetic justice. The fact that, the whole reason we got rid of Tyreek Hill in 2021 offseason was to save room to build other parts of the team. And now we're sitting here with arguably the number one defense in the NFL and a guy who literally made the play on Hill to win the game. I mean, that's got to be the number one story, the number one positive coming out of this game.
I agree 100%. Now, I know I like the fact this game was in Germany. It was so cool to have that, but I feel my only complaint is this game should have been in Kansas City. That's the only thing. Tyreek Hill returning to play the Chiefs. They missed an opportunity to have it going in Kansas City where he made a name for himself, won a Super Bowl, and started up his Hall of Fame career. So that was the only complaint I had, but besides that, like the Chiefs couldn't have played maybe the Eagles in a Super Bowl rematch in Germany, something like that. Any other team, but I'm just disappointed that it couldn't have been in Arrowhead.
Maybe that would have been Tyreek's, a little more motivation if he heard all those Chiefs fans like yapping at him. And oh wait, I don't think that would have helped because we got the best cornerback duo in the NFL. Sorry, Tyreek. I would love to have you back, but this is what you get for chasing more money. We got a better defense now, and you made the game-losing play. You know what? People ask, Chiefs, we need another wide receiver to help us win games. Well, guess what? We do. His name is Tyreek Hill, who helped us win this game. So, sorry. The only other thing I have to quickly say is, Matt Nagy, you are an absolute poison to the NFL. Please get off the Chiefs. You're ruining this offense. Yes, we don't have the most talented wide receivers, but at the same time, this is the second week in a row. We had a 3rd and short, and we did not run it to Isaiah Pacheco, who's constantly averaging 4 to 5 yards a carry. He can easily break one for a touchdown at any point. And we threw it. We threw it on 3rd and 1. What is going on?
If you guys get rid of Matt Nagy before we get rid of Canada,
we probably will.
I will
make better decisions at this point.
I will hop on the next episode as soon as possible, and you will see my face. It will be like the animations when you have the steam coming out of your head. That would be me. So
you will actually be the guy in that picture that says "Fire Matt Canada." Like, you will pay the money to go to the next Steelers game just to do that. All right, but go Chiefs. I'm happy we won overall. Let's move on to a couple of great quarterback performances. Let's go with the absolute shocker of the week, however. Chris, Josh Dobbs was signed to the Vikings. Shout out, Al. Great win. Congrats. He was signed to the Vikings just a few days ago.
Tuesday, got traded, arrived there Tuesday night. Didn't even, I don't think, got any first-team reps. Too busy learning the playbook and, more importantly, the players' names. The offensive lineman we're learning his cadence on the sideline right before he went in because Jaren Hall went down. By the way, Jaren Hall looked like he was on his way to having a great game. Nearly missed Hawkinson on a wide-open touchdown. And he had a couple nice rushes. He was, I think, 4 for 5 or 5 for 6, whatever it was, on, I think, his first 3 drives. So he was looking like to have actually a pretty good game for his first ever start. And then Dobbs comes in, not even a full week, and leads them to beat the Falcons after you said that you would never pick the Falcons to win anher game. Granted, I
knew this was going to happen. The second I said that, I was like, watch the Vikings win.
In our defense, it's the fact that Dobbs, when we recorded that episode, we didn't know that Dobbs was traded. And even if he was, we didn't think he was going to get played. And you have the injuries, but still, what a game. Josh Dobbs. And the big story is, can Josh Dobbs lead the Vikings to the playoffs? They have won 4 straight. And their next 4 games are fairly winnable. I think it's the Saints, the Bears, Broncos, and it's one more team. I'm forgetting.
I mean, even those 3 games, though, that could easily be 3-0 at the rate they're going.
Saints, Bears, Broncos. I don't know who I'm forgetting, but still, you're 4 straight. You're right back in the playoff hunt. And I think it's time that there's always that one team that starts off really bad. Nobody has any faith in them. I think the Vikings started off, 1-3?
Yeah. I mean, look, I would love for that to happen. I still have the Vikings missing the playoffs because I just feel like there's been so many times where the Vikings have a great regular season the year before, they lose in the playoffs, and then they can't put together 2 good years in a row. So I still have that.
I think the Vikings are going to get a wild
superstition.
card. I think they're going to get a wild card spot. Justin Jefferson is coming back. He is, I I'm going to say within 3 weeks, if I'm the guess, of coming back from that hamstring injury. I haven't heard anything, but you get him back. Josh Dobbs, who made the Cardinals not look pathetic. He actually made them look respectable in a lot of games, beat the Cowboys. You come here to a better team, better weapons, just better all around. They're trying to make the playoffs. They're fighting for something while the Cardinals are on the tank bowl for Caleb Williams. And it's a completely different situation. So we could see the Vikings easily make the wild card spot, especially with how their next 4 games are. Let's say they win 3 out of those next 4, and we're sitting here looking at a completely different story than we were come week 5 of the season.
Yeah, I mean, look, there's been a lot of negativity surrounding the season, I feel like, so far, but not a shortage of feel-good stories. I mean, we had Puka pretty much the first half of the season. Now we got Josh Dobbs. So I'm really excited to see what the Vikings do the rest of the year. And Arthur Smith, 0-2 since I had the rant against you. Just saying, like, you deserve it. I'm not gonna rant about Bijan. I got my ass kicked in fantasy. It's whatever. I'm not gonna complain. But look, I'm not gonna say it every week, but keep doing what you're doing and see what happens. You're gonna be on the couch just like us in due time. Trust me.
Arthur Smith finds ways for this Falcons team to win in the most obscure ways. Ways that fantasy managers don't understand, because they go down the field, they'll get field goals, they won't play their top guy, they'll win. It just makes no sense, and it's frustrating. And I'm honestly convinced that Taylor Heineke isn't as bad as he looked. He's better than that.
He's just Gardner Minshew of the NFC.
Arthur Smith just has a way to win games, but make your quarterback look like shit.
Yeah, it's so frustrating.
That's how it's going to be. He's going to make your quarterbacks look bad, but he's going to win his 7 games or whatever it is. And
honestly, Arthur Smith deserves to coach the Giants, and Brian Dable deserves to coach the Falcons. You've swapped those two. The Giants stay a disaster, of course, but the Falcons are like 11-6 with Brian Dable's coach. I'm convinced. Seriously,
let's try it out in Madden.
Can you trade coaches in Madden?
I have no idea.
All right, well, we'll let you know next week.
I don't think I've played a Madden since, 2020?
Yeah, since I made you quit and almost shred your disc. Okay,
I'm never playing that game ever again.
I love Madden so much. Let's go. All right, well, speaking of the other quarterback performance, let's go to a rookie, CJ Stroud.
Oh.
What a week last week for the midseason awards for me to pick Puka out of pure fun. I should have seen this coming. You picked Stroud. Said Stroud was a good pick, and he just pretty much solidified it there, barring no major injury the rest of the season.
Mm-hmm.
Over 400 yards, 5 touchdowns. And who would have thought, Chris, Bucks Texans is the game of the year right now?
What a story this Houston Texans team is. You just alluded to it. Over 400 yards, 470 yards. That's the most
rookie record.
Broke Andrew Luck's rookie record. He just solidified after this game probably the greatest rookie season from a quarterback. I'm going to go ahead and say it.
Well, yes, if you don't count Mahomes' second season as a rookie season. Although that was pretty much his rookie season. Yes, a real rookie season. Yeah, of course.
We're talking real rookie seasons here.
Sure,
now.
yeah. Then Dan Marino. I mean, he went to the Super Bowl.
Okay, never mind.
It's really hard to beat that, guys. But in our lifetime. Yes.
Yeah, this is, I'll say top three greatest rookie seasons for a quarterback.
That's fair enough.
And maybe I'm getting ahead of myself, being that this is just fresh in my head. Dynasty owner of CJ Stroud. I'm
lucky.
I'm living large right now.
I saw you had CJ Stroud in fantasy, and you still lost by like 50 points.
Yeah, it was.
The rest of your team had,
I think,
under 10 points.
Kenneth Walker didn't even do anything.
No.
Isaiah Pacheco decided not to do anything. It was just
That's Matt Nagy's fault.
It was just a disaster all around. But you break the rookie passing record. The tight ends, man. You have you bring in Dalton Schultz. You have K-Dot on the other side.
Yeah. Just in general, like,
what a game.
Like, if you imagine that was like the Super Bowl, that would be the best game of all time. Like, you literally look back. I feel like we've been starving for a game like this. And of course, it comes at the most random time, a 1:00 game that no one's paying attention to between two teams that are just so meaningless this season. And honestly, I'll take it. Like, just watching that game is such a joy to have the witching hour between the Vikings game and the Bucks game. This game ended 39-37. We haven't had a game like this in so long.
Listen, Baker Mayfield went down, struck a nice touchdown to K-Dot on second of the day, and then you have Stroud channeling his inner Tom Brady going down there, driving down the field with less than a minute and scoring a game-winning touchdown.
Tank Dell, too. Like
3 players on this Texans offense over 100 yards. You had Noah Brown, Tank Dell, and Dalton Schultz.
now I have to eat my words. I'm probably the only one who remembers this.
The
But
culture's changing in Houston, man.
Listen, Chris, last week you said, watch out for CJ Stroud and Tank Dell. Do you remember this? And I said, ooh, yeah, that's the duo we're going to have to worry about. CJ Stroud and Tank Dell. Woo. Yeah, I should just shut up at this point because that was probably the worst thing that could happen. I really should just keep saying things the week before and then watch me be completely wrong because that's what's happened like 3 weeks in a row now. So, great.
So fantasy managers out there, Sam ever disses a player.
No, literally. I should be like Bijan Robinson's going to get 0 again next
the
week.
Texans, I think I had them going with 4 or 5 wins, and now they hit that mark at this point in the year already. They're in the midst of a playoff push. As I said, the culture is changing. And what I think the Texans should do this offseason is look to get one of those alpha wide receiver ones. Maybe this is a disgruntled wide receiver, Devontae Adams, someone of that nature.
T. Higgins.
Who might say, you know what, I want out, or I'm going to sign somewhere else, something of that, and they can bring them in. So you can have Stroud with Dalton Schultz, good veteran tight end. You have them with Tank Dell, and you bring in that wide receiver one. That's a good 1-2 combo right there. Young Tank Dell and an alpha wide receiver one. That would be great if you can do something like that for the Texans. I know I'm getting ahead of myself here, but I think it's something that they could easily package, maybe package a few picks and go out there and get Stroud another weapon. Because as much as I say it, you got to get him an absolute stud wide receiver one to really help that development. And I'm excited to see this rookie quarterback class really develop.
Yeah, I agree. I feel so bad for Baker. Just so many tough losses in a row. He is honestly not played that bad this entire season, but look, you knew what you were dealing with the Bucs. They're not the same team as they were.
I think Mike Evans is gone after this year too.
He says a Buck for life. We'll see. Some people are really loyal, and I'm shocked that even up to this point, Mike Evans has still been loyal. So you never know. But Chris, we got one more game to talk about. That's Ravens Seahawks. Another hyped up game that absolutely disappointed. Of course, it's basically just a second iteration of the Lions-Ravens game from a few weeks ago.
This
Ravens win 37-3. Go ahead, Chris. Sorry.
Ravens are scary. You said it to me that you texted me yesterday and said the Ravens are, quote, low-key Super Bowl favorites, and that might just be right. Now, do I think that they're going to go to the Super Bowl? No. I still think that in a playoff atmosphere, you put them up against a team like the Chiefs, the Jaguars, or say if they do get to the Super Bowl, okay, and they face the Eagles, I still think those teams could easily beat them. But I do think that they have to be in your top 3 as far as odds go. And here comes Jasper joining once again, everyone's favorite.
What do you want to say about the Ravens? No, this is a Steelers household. He's not going to say anything.
He's media trained.
Even if he was a Raven, yeah, exactly. Even if he was secretly a Ravens fan, he knows better. Wait, do you like the Ravens? He's wagging his tail. You got to kick him out.
He's media trained.
Okay. Move on, please. Look. There was a conspiracy theory on Instagram yesterday.
Oh, here we go.
That said, the last 2 Super Bowl logos have leaked both colors.
I've seen that. I've seen that.
And it was blue and orange for Super Bowl 56. It ended up being Rams-Bengals. It was red and green last season. It was Chiefs-Eagles. This year it's purple and red, which means Ravens-49ers. Or Chiefs-Vikings. So we'll see if that ends up being right. Al just laughed. He knows it's not the Vikings. I hope. That would be insane. But I don't know, Chris. Not mix the conspiracy theory, which absolutely doesn't really matter, but it's fun to say. Jasper, can you guys even see my face? All right, it's me, Jasper, this time. You mix that with legitimately the way they're playing. They remind me of 2019, maybe even better. I think Lamar.
The defensive stats this year compared to 2019, we were talking pre-show, are insane. I think they lead the league in 3 stats. They're top 10 in basically 10, every stat.
Maybe
in
even
defense.
top 5, yeah.
And defense wins championships. The theory of not having a top-named running back right there. You have Lamar Jackson, who night and day with this team compared to when he's healthy versus not, as we've seen. And if he could stay healthy, which we haven't seen in the last 2 out of 3 seasons, he's been hurt.
The last 2 seasons, and I think their running game is honestly better than it ever has been. The fact that Gus Edwards is having a breakout
don't even get
season.
Me started with this, playing Lamar in fantasy and seeing Gus Edwards vulture the Lamar rushing or passing touchdowns at the goal line. I think there's 7 In the last 7 quarters, I don't think Lamar
Wow,
has had a single touchdown.
that's how you know we're in 2023. Is you're complaining about a running back vulturing quarterback rushing touchdowns.
Not even that, passing touchdowns, just touchdowns in general. I just need.
Maybe, yeah.
And just knowing when they get down there, I just go, this is such a Gus Edwards rushing touchdown, and it happens. And
He's had 5 touchdowns in the last 2 games, and Zay Flowers might be unpopular. He's a little overrated, in my opinion, but I think if Odell could have a nice Rams type playoff run.
I know they won, but what was Odell doing? He caught that one pass and he's just holding the ball like all the way out here, and it's just a loose ball, and boom, he fumbles it. Why? You're supposed to protect the football, not have it for Sam to run on the field and just take it and run. Like, what are you doing?
Yeah, I mean,
I'm watching this. I'm like, this is just a disaster.
Look, overall, I think the Chiefs' biggest threat right now is the Ravens. I know we just mentioned the Bengals. They beat the Bills last night. They're still up there, top 3 for sure.
You think it's the Ravens? I think it's Roman Reigns.
Every week, I forget that you're going to mention something about wrestling. I don't even know what that means.
Acknowledge him. Acknowledge him.
There we go. I
so badly wanted to see LA Knight win, but I knew it wasn't going to happen. He's going to walk into Mania. He's going to win, and he'll probably fight The Rock, and he'll win again. Acknowledge me.
Okay.
Logan Paul, U.S. champ.
All right, that's the last time we're mentioning that guy's name on this podcast, please. Unless we get sponsored by Prime. We'll see. But, no, I don't know.
The only sponsor I want is my tribal chief.
Christopher, enough. I don't have time for this. All right. Look, any other notable moments from this week? I mean, the fact that Dak Prescott is an absolute moron for not having any awareness on the 2-point conversion to lose the game. That was pretty bad. The fact that the Bills are pretty much frauds. The fact that randomly the Colts had 2 pick sixes by the same guy in the game when I mentioned a week ago that in 2019, the last time these 2 teams played, Naheem Hines randomly had 2 punt return touchdowns in the same game. So I don't know what happens when the Colts and Panthers play each other.
Colts defense and special teams. Have yourself a day. I will tip my hat to you. Like, this is the type of week that happens. And then
nobody gives a shit about the Colts defense and special teams.
And
okay?
I think really
no one cares. No one cares.
I think really quick, a cool stat I saw is that we could have a NFL, I don't know if it's record tying or record 10 starting rookie quarterbacks throughout the season.
Yeah, that was
because Daniel Jones, Sally tore his ACL. Hate to see it.
That's right.
He would non-contact, just went down. And if Tyrod Taylor can't be, he's on the IR, Tyrod Taylor. So DeVito is going to be starting next week, most likely. That's going to be our 10th rookie quarterback. What a year this is for the NFL. It just seems like
lots of bad luck.
So much bad luck.
Cam Akers just tore his Achilles.
I know.
He tore his ACL 2 years ago. Now it's his Achilles. It's crazy.
It's just a disaster what's happening as far as injuries go this year. It's nobody can catch a break. Nobody's safe. Just 1 week. Can we please get through 1 week?
I know. Look, that's about it for our main categories this week. We have our Week 10 predictions. Sorry to Bears, Saints, Rams, Packers, Commanders, Patriots, Cardinals, Browns fans. You guys were just too irrelevant this week. So we really don't care that much to talk about you guys.
Jahan Dotson caught a touchdown. I don't know what I'm saying, but
I mean, he's not wrong. Okay. Week 10. I can't believe we're in double digits already. It's officially past the midway point of the season. I don't understand how we got here. Let's start with a absolute doozy of a Thursday night football game. Bears, Panthers. I know this was like, oh, Bryce Young versus Justin Fields. This is going to be crazy. But no, it's Tyson Bagent versus a struggling Bryce Young right now.
What I want to say is the Bears own the Panthers pick. So what happened? Did they just tie? And
you can pick a tie if you want.
I mean, I'm not picking a Thursday night tie. It'd be hilarious. But I really don't know who wins this game. I think I know it's a gross game. We might not see a single touchdown scored this game. No.
You absolutely will. I have my score if you want me to go first. I have the Panthers winning.
I have the Panthers winning too. I have Thielen having a bounce back week.
I hope.
I think the Panthers win. I'm going to go, I don't know, 26-17.
That's higher scoring than I thought. I have the Panthers winning on another game-winning field goal, just like 2 weeks ago, 16-14.
Okay, Sam. Colts Patriots.
This matchup would have been awesome 10 years ago. Just one of those classic 2010s, 2000s playoff matchups. But at this point, it's completely irrelevant. It's going to be one of those 1 o'clock games where you probably only see the touchdowns.
It's in London.
Oh, no, it's in Germany. That's right. Well, yesterday I had to wake up early for the Chiefs. This week I get to sleep in because it's Colts Patriots. 20-16 Colts I have.
Colts, I'm going to say 34-10.
Whoa. Really? Okay.
The Colts are one of the quickest paced teams in the league. They drop back the most. The Patriots team, it's not Patriots team as we've seen from the past. I just have a different vibe about this. And the Patriots, it's so engraved in my head that them being this dominant dynasty, I'm starting to get out of the fact that they're just not the same anymore. They're not sitting here shutting down your number one wide receiver like they used to. It's a completely different team, and it feels so weird to be saying that. So I just have it being a blowout. And me picking the Patriots to lose as much as I have this year, it just feels so weird for me. It feels gross, but it's what has to be done.
They're the worst team in the AFC?
It's amazing.
All right. Another Ravens game where it could be hyped up. Ravens-Browns. I got to hop on the trend at this point. Watch this be the week where it's a close game or maybe the Ravens lose, but I'm going to go ahead and pick the Ravens to win by multiple scores, 28-17.
An AFC North matchup. By the way, the season ended today. Every team in the AFC North would be in the playoffs.
The Bengals have the 7 now?
Yeah,
because the Bills were already in it. That's right. You're right.
So I'm gonna also go with the Ravens here. Their defense has been great. Offense has been great. Deshaun Watson, he played meh yesterday. Yeah. So
I mean, you could play however you want against the Cardinals. It really won't affect you. Unless you're the Cowboys.
It's weird because we know how AFC North matchups go, but I'm gonna say the Ravens are gonna win here. Overtime, I'm gonna say 23-20.
Okay. Packers Steelers once again, another great matchup 10 years ago. This is such a game that the Steelers win in just completely ugly fashion.
Yep.
I got the Steelers taking away the W 18-10.
Yeah, this game is going to be weird. It's going to be 19-16 Steelers. I don't even know
Jordan
how to feel
Love
about
is
this
going to
game.
fumble so many times. Like TJ Watt has to be looking at him like a lion in a cage and just dangling meat in front of you. Like,
I mean, TJ Watt.
Jordan Love is the most sackable quarterback right now.
Every time TJ Watt's in the field, his eyes get big because he knows he can make a play. He can scoop and score. Something's going to happen. But it's going to be one of those ugly games. I just don't know how to feel about this game at all. You know, it's one of those games that with the Steelers and they're just that team. If they win, you're not surprised. But if they lose, you're also not surprised.
No. They could win any game. What was the score?
It's a coin flip. I'm going 19. I said 19-16, I think.
Okay. Jags Niners. A pretty interesting game. I have the Niners pulling this one out.
Yep.
I like the Jags, but I think the Niners it's more of a must win at this point. So I have them winning a nice close medium scoring game, 24-20.
I just don't see the Niners dropping a fourth straight. I want to say Deebo Samuel will be back this week, if I'm not mistaken. So I have the 49ers snapping that streak. The Jaguars going to fall a game out of the 1 seed. Because the Chiefs are on the bye this week.
Yes.
So it's going to be tough for them. 49ers going to win 28-27.
Okay, Vikings Saints. Al, little Minneapolis Miracle possibly? Look, I think the Saints win this game. I'm sorry. We just hyped up Josh Dobbs. I don't think they're going to play bad. I think it's going to be close, but it's kind of just happens sometimes where, it's kind of like a Baker Mayfield Rams situation last year. He came in and won the game, and I just don't see the Vikings continuously pulling out these crazy wins. I'm sorry, Al. I know you're giving me a dirty look, but look, the Vikings will stay in it, but I think the Saints right now are just the slightly better team when the Vikings are missing Kirk Cousins. I like Josh Dobbs, but that's not going to happen every week. So 23-19 Saints.
Oh, the Saints are just so boring. It seems the most eventful thing is the fact when Taysom Hill vultures a Kamara touchdown.
Yep.
So I'm going with the Vikings here. I think they're going to keep up this insane run that they're on with Dobbs. He actually has a week to practice now. All right, so some camera issues real quick. We're back. I was saying how Taysom Hill, him always vulturing the touchdowns from Kamara is so frustrating. But I have the Vikings. I have the Vikings winning this game. I'm gonna say 25-23.
Okay, Bengals Texans. Some might say this game is going to be close. I'll give it a 1 score just out of respect to how good the Texans played last week. But let's be real. Don't get too overhyped on how CJ Stroud and the Texans played. The Bengals are still the much better team. They're at home. I got the Bengals 31-24.
Yeah, the Texans, they're a fun team. They're that team that's fun, going to make a playoff push. The Bengals are back. Slow starter, and they're going to come out here. Just beat the Bills last night, and it's going to be a great game. I think this game's going to be fun, high scoring. Young quarterback in Stroud, another young quarterback in Burrow, and I have the Bengals winning 31-26. It's going to be a fun little duel, we're going to say.
Okay, Bucks, Titans, who cares? 20-17 Bucks. I mean,
I'm going to go.
Really? Does anyone care? Honestly.
I'm going to go 14-13 Bucks.
Okay. Chargers, Lions. Now, this one's a little bit interesting. I will pick the Lions, but I think both of these teams are going to find a way to try to blow it. I don't know. It just feels like a weird vibe. Like the Lions in that LA stadium. It's going to look weird. I feel like this is the game where like the Chargers will wear like they're all navies.
This feels
like I don't know. It's weird.
This feels like a game that's not even close. Lions, bye week, well rested.
Okay.
Boom. Lions win 31-17.
Okay. I have the Lions winning 23-22. So it's going to be close.
Falcons, Cardinals. The Falcons have to win this game.
But they're not going to. Cardinals 14, Falcons 13.
Oh, it's going to be gross. Kyler Murray will be returning this week. His 21-day practice window. This is the last week for it, so they have to elevate him to the active roster, especially since Dobbs is now out of town. Kyler Murray returning with against the Falcons. This is such a gross game. No one's looking forward to this game. Cardinals going to win 24-18.
Okay. The NFL's biggest frauds, the Dallas Cowboys, take on the NFL's worst team I think I've ever seen in my entire life, the New York Giants. Cowboys win 35-3.
I don't even know who's going to be quarterback for the Giants this week. Is it going to be DeVito? They're going to have to sign someone else.
You could just sign any Italian kid from the area where we live, and it's the same thing. It's the same shit. I mean, who do they think, like, just because he went to Bosco doesn't mean you have to hire him because it's a New Jersey team. Like, there's other quarterbacks out there. Like, your season's already over, but really, you're going to run out Tommy DeVito? What are we doing? This is the worst team I've ever seen. How did you make the playoffs last year? How?
2 weeks ago, Saquon Barkley, I think he had like over 40 touches between receptions and rushes. Kind of crazy. Cowboys are going to win 33-7. Congratulations. You're going to beat a really bad football team. Get your hopes up, Cowboys fans. Woohoo. I mean, it's just a joke at this point.
That was such a weird woohoo. Okay.
I don't know what else I'm supposed to do.
Such like a not like just no energy put into it. Like just from the sound, I didn't see your face when you did it, but just the sound was so light.
I'll get like one of those confetti popper things, and when they announce the Cowboys beating a bad team, I'll have one go off.
Just a gender reveal for the Cowboys. All right, I don't even know what that means.
What does that mean? A gender reveal for the Dallas Cowboys?
Seahawks Commanders. Seahawks 24, Commanders 17.
Yeah, Seattle's gonna win. I think this is a DK Metcalf sort of absolute domination
excursion.
Game. He's gonna have an extravaganza out there on the football field.
Extravaganza.
I'm gonna say
they're gonna have an accoutrement of weapons out there. As we
I'm gonna say
little cooch. Oh wait, that's okay. Never mind. Just move on.
I'm gonna say 45-21.
Raiders, Jets, the rematch of that game 3 years ago where the Raiders got that Hail Mary during COVID because the Jets just didn't want to play prevent.
Yes, I totally forgot about that.
Like why?
How do you remember that though?
I just have a good memory. I just I have a photographic memory when it comes to things I like.
You have a photographic memory of me?
Maybe.
Do you have a photographic memory of your tribal chief, Roman Reigns?
Season 3, episode 9. Oh my gosh. This is, of course, the second I'm on camera. I am not thinking. Bigger in Texas. Don't even say what the show is.
Season 4, episode 7, second challenge.
Season 4, episode second challenge. They were in the mall trying to find out, can you find my wife? Jersey Gardens Mall. I've been there like 7 times. It's a very nice mall in Elizabeth, New Jersey.
Season 8, episode 15. First challenge,
guys, I don't know.
Second segment, like second person to go, or was it a group?
This was in Palisades Mall. They were doing some like phone challenge. I think Sal was the second one to go. All right, it's Impractical Jokers. Enough. The Jets. Guys, I might be a little off. The Jets win 21-19.
I totally forgot we even had this game even still to do. I'm gonna go Raiders. New coach. They're gonna get a win. Jets. Pathetic. Raiders gonna win 22-13.
Bills Broncos. If this was last year, I'd understand why it's a primetime game, but why are we doing this? The Broncos still suck. The Bills are kind of frauds, but I'll have the Bills winning. They're at home. They should win this game regardless. 27-13.
Man, the Bills. What a disappointment they've been this year. Dropping another game. Bills. Broncos.
They won 2 in a row.
Hey,
and he beat us, but that was your Super Bowl. That was it.
Congratulations, Denver. Good for you guys. Bills are going to bounce back here. 24-12.
Okay.
I just have like no real faith in the Bills or Broncos. Why would I have any faith in the Broncos? But same thing for the Bills. They are just disappointing this year.
Okay. That about wraps it up for our football talk. Really quick, Chris. OG Fortnite just came out, and
It's been fun.
I know maybe some of you guys don't play the game, but I think it's just a monumental moment in our lives. We used to play the game 5-6 years ago.
Okay, I remember
I don't know,
always going on Snapchat after school and being like 6 o'clock at night and seeing everyone post their victory royales and everything.
If I end up winning a game, I'm posting it.
I remember the Gold Scar.
Listen, the old maps came out. It's like one of our favorite video games. So really quickly,
This really brings me back.
I
I remember being in class looking at live streams. Oh, those have been days.
it was just Ninja, man, before he became too mainstream. It was just so much fun. But Chris, really quick, just like we did last week, ranking our Halloween candies. Let's rank our top 3 places to drop in OG Fortnite, seasons
All
1
right.
through 3. Very quickly. Just name them. You don't even have to explain.
All right, this one doesn't even have a name. It was right outside of Tilted Towers. It was at that indoor soccer rink. It had like the pool, the little gas station. You guys, if you know what I'm talking, if you know, there was a chest in the little upstairs thing. Al's behind camera looking at me like I'm crazy.
No, he is like so worried this camera's about to die. It's crazy.
Number 2, I have to
Just
go
name it.
Tomato Town. And number 3, Tilted, because I like the madness that was there. It was so much fun.
Tomato Town, prison right outside of Moisty Mire, and of course the big chair outside of Shifty Shafts. Thank you for listening and watching. Please follow us on YouTube.
This is Sam.
At
This
In
is
the Huddle
Jasper.
Pod. This is Jasper, Chris, Sam. Thank
We
you for
are
listening.
out.
Follow us on all socials. We'll see you guys next week. Goodbye.